It's Becky from Cronin's Clips. We've been having such a busy morning. It's Glacier Day and we were up on deck 10 most of the morning. It was pretty cold, kind of rainy, and we got to meet Mickey and Minnie. The lines are really long. I'll probably get there at least 30 minutes early, so that way you don't have to wait like an hour. But as we got further in, it got so pretty. It was really nice to just look out at all the waterfalls. Now we're getting into it. You'll see some icebergs around. And then we met Goofy. Well, Goofy got moved downstairs because it started raining more. And then we met Daisy. We met Donald downstairs because I'll put in a bunch of pictures here because of the rain. Then Donald got moved downstairs and Goofy got moved downstairs. So then I went to the Cove Cafe and chilled with specialty coffee. And we went back to the room for a bit. And now it's about 2. We're going to do Pluto with his collar. He's going to have his Alaska collar on. They're so cute in their outfits. It's awesome. And it's just so, let me look at these. Look at these icebergs behind me. Like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And so now we're going to wait for Pluto and we'll be back later on. Hey, we're back from the cruise. I ran out of storage space on my phone, so there's not a whole lot more videos from that day or pretty much the rest of the cruise.
The good news is the views were pretty enough to where she took so many pictures and little videos of all the scenery that she ran out of space.
I'll put them in as we're talking. But it was a really fun day. I think it was my favorite day on the cruise. I'm petting the cat over here. Was it your favorite day, or you had a different favorite day?
My favorite day was the one where I ran up a mountain.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So, but it was fun because you could see all the views and also relax at the same time. There was something going on, but you could choose just to relax. So I talked about it from the cruise earlier, but pretty much in the morning I just got up, got dressed, and started waiting in line.
The cat is now sniffing the cat.
So I just went up on deck and waited in line, and then I texted at one point, "I'm not eating, I'm waiting in line," to Nick, but he didn't.
To Nick, who was waiting at the buffet for her to
come.
I
had told you before
I don't think
that day was me waiting. No, I told you so many times. I was waiting in line.
So who bought you a Mickey
So there was churro waffles for that morning. There was actually 2 mornings with churro waffles. So as it was cold and rainy, as we're waiting in line, somebody got me a bowl of churro waffles. So ate those while waiting in line to meet Mickey, Minnie.
Quick tip on that day: watch the weather. If it is cold and rainy, you're gonna want a coat and some kind of, not so much umbrella, but
raincoat.
Thank you, raincoat. Because that cold will get to you after a while.
Yeah, it was pretty cold, especially kind of like before the sun came out at all. Also up on deck while we were waiting, we bought a drink. I took a picture of my.
Oh yeah.
That was one of my favorite souvenirs. As you see, it says Disney Wonder and the year, and it has a neat little Alaska picture on it. And they were selling it with coffee or hot chocolate.
And
then Bailey's
or Jameson.
Yeah, so you can get it.
So it was my favorite too.
Alcoholic, not alcoholic. And I was like, for a while we were debating, and I was like, you know what? I want that as a souvenir, so go ahead and buy it. Do you remember how much it was?
No.
Okay.
No.
20-something.
Enough to where you have to debate about it.
It was, yeah, but it wasn't for that souvenir, for the actual mug.
Oh, yeah, for a mug,
it's pretty
not
good.
That bad,
I mean, it keeps everything warm, so that was nice.
The Jameson will warm you up.
And as you see, Goofy was up there, kind of goofing around, entertaining people because we were all waiting in line for so long.
Yeah.
So that was fun. They also took some pictures in line. Like, remember how they went to each family and took one of
Oh
the
yeah,
four of
because
us,
you
the
have the
two of
scenery
us.
in the background.
So they were going
Yeah.
around
Yeah, this would make
taking
great
photo
shots of just
pass
us just waiting in. It didn't look like us waiting
pictures.
in line. It looks like us in the scenery, but we're just.
Yeah.
But so it's made some great pictures.
So they did that. So we did Mickey and Minnie up there and Daisy, and then we're in the middle of Donald or Goofy or both when they moved the line down, which was a little bit hard for me since I can't do stairs. So the rest of my family went down.
They
and
moved
then
the
I
line
took
because
the
it started
elevator.
really raining.
Yeah, it started to really rain.
Yeah.
And so they just took Goofy downstairs or whoever it was. And then
is that
I took the elevator in the
pavilion
middle.
thing? What is it?
Yeah,
called?
like right down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just with the little covering. And then one of them, I think it was one of them, I was waiting, and y'all weren't with me. It was just me. And so I just asked the family near me. I'm like, can you?
Yeah, it's a
and I
Disney
say
cruise.
place.
Everybody's super.
And
sweet.
plus, I had seen that family all day waiting. And
Yeah.
each character. It's like whenever you go straight from Mickey to Minnie to Donald, Daisy, and Donald, and then Goofy, and then you kind of see the same people because they're doing the same characters, just in the order.
We're all in it
You could
together.
start it. I mean, so we started the first thing, but you can also Mickey and Minnie met up there again.
Mm-hmm.
What, 2 hours later or something? So you could have like reversed your order of who you saw, or
I don't think
slept in a little bit more than we did if you wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think we said it by the way, but you really should shoot for like half an hour early to the waiting in line.
Yeah, I said that. I said
popular
that in that
pictures.
video, and yeah, because there's long lines, and they'll shut the line off at some point.
Yeah,
because the next character is going to be there in like an hour. So
yeah,
they'd be like,
we were waiting in line, and like 5 people down from me, they turned to those people. They're like, "Now you like this. These people are waiting for Mickey. You are waiting for Goofy." Like they're just like, "Too bad. This is where we're cutting.
Have to cut it off, and the new character is going to be up. So now these people, you're waiting for the next character. Yeah.
If you love character pictures, though, this is the day to go hit it.
Yeah,
so it's nice.
You can't always guarantee that they'll be outside. That's kind of why I wanted to get first thing in the morning too, so it'd be outside. And first thing in the morning, though, you may not be up to quite where the fjords are with the waterfalls or the snowy cap mountains in the background. That's the downside of that. We did get that with Daisy. I think we got the snowy cap mountains with Daisy, and we got like the waterfalls and stuff with Pluto.
Sounds right.
But yeah, but you're not going to guarantee to get perfect backgrounds, but still, it's pretty neat when it's
nice.
That
inside passage, I see why people kayak through the inside. I don't want to kayak through because that water's cold, but I see why people do it. The views are gorgeous.
Yeah, I got that was I think my only time I went to the Cove Cafe. I think you did in the mornings a lot, but and got a coffee, and you could just sit inside if you wanted to, or outside, and enjoy your coffee and just look at the really pretty views. I took a little bit of footage of the Dory's Reef just because nobody was in there because it was so cold. That's the toddler area that
water's
splash
heated
pad.
though, isn't it?
Yeah, but your toddler would still be pretty cold if you were outside.
Ah,
I think our daughter,
they're robust.
who's
They'll
10
be
though,
alright.
she swam 3 days we were there, and she didn't even swim on the sunniest day, which was Juno, when the pools were the most crowded. She wasn't swimming that day because she was feeling bad, but she was swimming the 3 of the other days.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if you saw that the little Dory's Reef, but it's like got 2 little things that water comes out of, and then water that comes out of the floor.
And they walk around splashing and stuff. A little splash pad.
Probably for real little ones. Yeah. A little bit bigger, they're not going to be that entertained.
No, but then they have all the stuff right next door.
Right. The kid pool and stuff like that. The glacier we were supposed to go to.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of disappointing. We couldn't get that close because of weather.
It was a combination of weather, and then there was so many what my daughter called icebergs in the water. It was just chunks of ice, but the chunks of ice are in the way because they can't just ram through them. So they couldn't go around this little island thing because both sides had a bunch of glacier debris. So we got as close as we could. You could see it through the binoculars, but
Yeah,
they
I
couldn't
didn't
get
really
much
see it.
closer.
Yeah, so unfortunately, and apparently that happens quite often. But the views along the way were really
Yeah.
nice. They did kind of, so when they get up to the glacier, the ship turns around, like, so everybody on both sides, like if you had a balcony on either side, you would have been able to see it from your room.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or you wouldn't have to be up on deck on one
I
side or the
didn't
other.
think about
You could-
that, but yeah.
But yeah, they turn the ship around, but we couldn't really see much. It was still pretty, but you
Oh,
just
yeah.
couldn't see the glacier.
It's one of those things where it's like worst case scenario, you don't go see the glacier, you're still not going to be disappointed. The views are great, and
Yeah.
the glacier's just ice.
So then we did do some trivia, and we did Star Wars trivia. I think I was back in the room and met you three up there.
Yeah.
It was real crowded. It was in D Lounge. It was really crowded. It's probably one of the most crowded trivias that we went to.
My big complaint about the Star Wars trivia is like Disney was going, hey, we made a bunch of movies recently in the last 2 years. Let's do some trivia on those movies. It's one of those, like, Star Wars trivia. You kind of want like the original trilogy, you know, the new trilogy. Some of the, like, you want, like, what's R2D2's stuff, you know, like, you want trivia from the original as well as they could have talked about the new also. They could have mashed it all together, but instead the trivia was just those, like, the last 2 years of Disney stuff, and it was cool. We had fun. As just a Star Wars nerd, I was just like, you didn't ask one Han Solo question, not one.
I think a lot of people were disappointed in that.
Yeah,
but it just said Star Wars trivia.
Yeah.
To be fair, it just said Star Wars trivia.
True. It was all Star Wars. It was all Star Wars.
It was just random Star Wars stuff.
But, like, you know, like, even an episode like nobody cared about, just like, they're like, who's this villain, and nobody knows who that villain.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, we did. Y'all did okay.
nitpicking aside, it
Yeah,
was a
did
lot
okay.
of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And then we did the Oaken's Maypole, swirl, and twirl.
Okay.
I wanted to do that because it was like culture,
Yeah.
learning, that kind of. Well, and it looks fun,
Okay,
and it's fun too.
I'm not gonna lie.
And also, you don't get that on every Disney cruise.
Oh, no,
you have a
yeah.
maypole in the middle of the atrium.
And looking on paper, I will admit, for me, looking on paper, it's kind of cheesy. It's just like, but it's not. It's I did it, and you go around the maypole. It's surprisingly fun.
Well, they did a lot of. It was Oaken was there, and he brought out people. Like first,
Oaken
he brought
from
out
Frozen,
kids.
if you don't know.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, from Frozen.
Yoo-hoo, family.
Yoo-hoo, family. They taught us how to do that. They said if you see your family on the cruise, say yoo-hoo, family.
And she uses that now to get the
Yeah.
attention of our teenagers, which
Well,
annoys them so great. It's
yeah.
awesome.
It gets people's attention.
And it's adorable.
It gets people's
It's
attention.
adorable when she does
And then
it.
they brought the little kids up to do something. I think they.
What did the kids do?
I don't know. They grabbed the ribbon and did something.
Oh, yeah, it
And they
embarrassed
talked
my
a lot
daughter.
about-
my 10-year-old daughter.
No, she didn't do it.
Did she not do it? Yeah, she
so.
did it for like 5 seconds and got
Okay.
embarrassed and quit.
Okay. Anyway, I think I have a few pictures, but
Anything
then they
embarrasses a teenager. is
they
awesome.
did a lot of explaining and kind of the story behind it, and then they brought up adults
Yeah.
only to actually grab it and then actually do the little swirly thing
Ribbon
that
thingy.
went all the way down the maypole. I don't know if I took a picture of the final product.
It makes a cool little pattern. on
but
it.
they left it up there for a little while anyway until
I like the rest
I
of
don't
the
know,
day.
maybe the
thought.
rest of the day.
Yeah.
So that was fun to see.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if you're just like, this is kind of dorky, please do it. It's way more fun you think it is.
Also, it's like Baltic, Norwegian, and Swedish and stuff like that. And my mom knew about it because my mom's half Swedish.
Okay.
So she was like, "Oh, a maypole! I haven't seen one of those in a long time." So it's got some of the kids' heritage.
Like,
They're
isn't
part Swedish.
Isn't she from Iowa?
Yeah, but that's her heritage. Anyway,
You saw it back in the old
if
country.
you've got any Baltic, got a little bit of culture. Yeah, even if you don't, it's culture.
Yeah, that's great. It really is. You should do it.
And then that night was the dinner, frozen dinner.
Oh,
Like the meal was like freezing the night away meal. It had basically themed of like, I think it was Anna's salmon and somebody's gravlax and so salmon and some things you might see on a on a Norwegian or some sort of themed
Yeah,
food. It was good.
Yeah.
It was all good. There's pictures here. I don't remember anything exceptionally good or exceptionally bad.
No, it was great.
Also, we dressed. Well, I dressed in blue for freezing, but we did take
I have
some
no idea
special
how I dressed.
pictures before dinner. Put some of those in, so they, the backdrops, and those were fun. And then that night was the freezing the night away deck party,
Which
and
lived up to
we
its
were
name.
late for it. I don't remember
Not bad,
why we
though.
were doing something, but we
Probably
came
more pictures,
maybe
or maybe changing.
I don't know. But we came late and we just kind of went in. But it was cold and it was legitimately freezing.
And it was
rain.
sleeting.
Yeah,
not raining, not snowing.
Some
it was
sort
sleeting.
of freezing precipitation. And so we were very cold. I wonder if they shortened it. Though I have heard that it's a very short show. Like it's a lot shorter than like Pirate Night. So I think it's a pretty short show to begin with. And possibly they shortened it even more because of the rain. And the cold but your magic band went off though. Your
Vibrates and makes little colors.
Yeah, they did that. It was a cute show. Did you?
Yeah, it was fun. Like it was kind of fun to like get all like the fact that they were like doing a whole like let's freeze our butt off kind of theme, and we were legitimately freezing our butt off was actually kind of fun. Like it kind of added to it. It would have been weird if we were like freezing the night away at 80 degrees, but. This was nice. It was weird, and it was also nice that it only lasted like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then they were like, "All right, everybody inside."
Yeah. I think that night there was a magician, but we didn't go. We may have done more trivia or something that night.
No, we're just
just went tired after the deck party.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure the magician was fine.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
All in all.
Yeah.
It was a great day.
This was one of my favorite days. Yeah. It was one of my favorite too.
Yeah. It was really neat.
Yeah. So, anything else?
That's it.
All right.
So remember, tomorrow is just a dream away.